afternoon, it's the 22nd of November 2023, and you're welcome to the news at 11 a.m. on Crescent TV. My name is Miriam Kalali, and here are today's top stories. NUC team arrives Crescent Varsity for accreditation of Mass Communication Department. NUC launches new curriculum. Chelsea Man City, greatest star in football history. Now let's go into the news. A three-member team of the National University Commission (NUC) has arrived at Crescent University for the accreditation of the Mass Communication Department of the institution. The NUC team is led by Professor Victor Koga, a professor of mass communication from the Imo State University, Owerri, and has Professor Barry Serika, a professor of mass communication from the Rivers State University, and Dr. Victoria Pillar, a representative from the headquarters of NUC on its delegation. The National Universities Commission Accreditation team on Wednesday, 22nd of November 2023, birthed at the Mass Communication Department of Crescent University, Abeokuta. The team was led by Professor Victor Koga as chairman. Other members of the team were Professor Barry Serika and Dr. Pillar, the NUC representative on the team. The team upon arrival was received by the Vice-Chancellor Professor Ibrahim Bajabi Amila on a courtesy visit. After the courtesy visit on the VC, the NUC team was at the school library and they later visited the Crescent University TV digital studio, where a live interview was staged and anchored by students of Crescent University Abeokuta. The NUC accreditation team are now at the university studio to assess the manpower, facilities, and suitability of the mass communication department. The regulatory body of universities in Nigeria is expected to accredit 10 departments. The Department of Mass Communication of Crescent University was first accredited in 2012 and was renewed in 2018 with over 90%. The National University Commission (NUC) recently launched a newly restructured curriculum for Nigerian University CCMAS. The body's new curriculum for Nigerian universities, called the Core Curriculum Minimum Academic Standard (CCMAS), will replace the old curriculum BMAS and reflect the 21st century's realities. The CCMAS was developed to ensure quality and global competitiveness of Nigerian universities, as said by the acting executive secretary of the commission, Chris Jibril Mayaki, who stated that the CCMAS makes up 70% of the academic curriculum, while the university decides what to do with the remaining 30%. The commission says it is optimistic that the CCMAS documents will serve as a guide to Nigerian universities in creating a dynamic standard and specialization as in the field of mass communication, with programs such as public relations, advertising, broadcasting, journalism, and media studies, amongst others. The kickoff of the CCMAS is designated for the 2023-2024 academic session. Finally, in the world of sports, Premier League giants Chelsea and Man City made the greatest tie in football history with an 8-goal thriller. Manchester City, the champion of the Premier League, has the first goal in the 25th minute of the match, with Thiago Silva netting an equalizer for Chelsea in the 29th minute off a corner played. An enthralling clash running hot till the 95th minute. Cole Palmer slotting a penalty just in time to tie the match at 4-4. What a game for the day. And that's a wrap for the news at 11 a.m. here on Crescent TV. I am Miriam Kalali, signing off. Good morning.
Good day everyone and welcome to Crescent TV. This is the meeting point where conversations come to life. For today's program, we are going to be discussing the accreditation of Crescent University, the Mass Communication Department. This accreditation program is one which takes place every 5 years to ensure the credibility of the department. On the accreditation team today, we have Professor Koga, a professor of mass communication from the Imo State University, Professor Serika, also a professor from the Mass Communication Department of Rivers State University, as well as Dr. Pillar, a representative from the headquarters of NUC. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
So, we want to know what your perception is of the department so far.
Well, like I answered a few minutes ago, it's too early in the day for us to have credible appreciation of what is Crescent University and what is on ground. But with time, we get to know almost everything about Crescent University. We are still moving on. This is only second or third place we are actually coming to look at. Yes.
My question goes to you, Dr. Ma. The NEC actually brought up a new curriculum, CCMAS, to take over the position of the BMAS. Please, of what advantage does CCMAS have over the BMAS, which we were using before?
We are all aware that knowledge evolves, and NUC as a regulatory body will not just sit down and fold its hands saying the world move on while we remain where we were. So the management of the National Universities Commission wants to bring in the new skills, 21st century skills that were not captured in the BMAS by bringing it into the CCMAS. And the CCMAS provides for 70%, while the universities all around are given the opportunity to bring in 30% of their innovative courses. Universities globally are for teaching, research, and community service. But what makes a university stand out is the specific innovative course that it's able to put out there. That is the difference between what was contained in BMAS and what is contained in the CCMAS.
And let me add, you didn't say I should add. Let me add, because of want of time. There is this sing-song idea of town gown interface. That universities should relate with the industry, so that products of research from the universities can be used, implemented in the industry. Now with the CCMAS and with the 30% that universities are expected to bring up, many of those courses are industry specific. I am heading journalism and media studies in the Communication and Media Studies faculty of Rivers State University. And some of the courses that we have brought in, that you don't read them from somewhere. As a person, you should be innovative enough to even bring out new courses. Like I have a course that is called Oil and Gas Journalism. We have a course that is called Agro-Based Enterprise Reporting, and such other courses that are industry specific. The idea is so that when you graduate, you don't need to wait for government for an eternity to give you employment. On your own, with what you have studied from the university, you can go and do something. Like in oil and gas journalism, you don't need to wait for the university. You work with the industry. By the time they see how hardworking you are, something can be available for you. So many of the courses, especially the 30%, the 70% is sacrosanct. You don't tamper with it. You don't quarrel, even if you have reservations against some of them, like some of us already do, but you don't tamper with it. That one, you don't touch it. But for 30%, yeah, that's where you can add something, you can remove something, you can. That's why it's called innovative courses. They are innovative. You bring them. They should be things that are novel, and things that can help the graduate after graduation to be able to, keep body and soul together while you are waiting for better opportunities to emerge.
Okay, Professor Kula, I would like you to also add to what they said, sir, about the NEC of the CCMAS program that just came into existence to replace the BMAS.
No, the NEC rep has explained it well.
All right. Okay, well, you spoke about we making up with the 21st century economy, like us being at the world level. Does that really mean that the BMAS is not up to standard, which we've been using for a very long time?
No, we are not saying that the BMAS is not up to standard. If you look at what is contained in the CCMAS and what was in the BMAS, you will see that most of what was in the BMAS has been brought into CCMAS, but with updated information and innovation. And you also recall sometime when the professor said that the BMAS does not have their own content in it, and the rest of them, and it is the commission that sits down and gives them what to do. Okay. So the advantage and what is most even acceptable right now is that the universities were giving all the opportunity. You have 30%. Okay, we have 70%, but we say it's minimum, and yet you say you don't have an involvement. So now you have 30%. Put in whatever it is that you want, and that is where I had said earlier that you have the creative courses that you want to put in, like Professor Nserika talked about oil and gas communication. It depends on what your own side of the country is. Like where you have in Benue State, where is the food basket of the nation, they will now talk about agriculture. You come to Port Harcourt, where they have oil spill everywhere, environmental problems. They talk about it. You go to some places where they have land degradation. You bring in courses that will bring solutions. Because what does a university need to do? It is not just to come and study and have a certificate. It is to solve problems. Yes. And it's not for you to have projects and then to put them on the shelf. You solve problem. So the CCMA gives opportunity for university to bring out the best in them, to say, okay, we are known for this.
Okay. Like green reporting. Have you heard of green reporting? That's environmental reporting. That's when you report the environment. It's one of the courses we have introduced.
Okay.
Yes, sir. How do you see the integration of media or new technology into 20 as we are going forward? Technology is advancing. As the new technology being well integrated into this new curriculum?
I guess you will have to answer that more better than I am. But we know that it has been integrated, because we used to have just what you know as mass communication. But in the CCMAS, it has been unbundled. Some universities have unbundled them to 9 programs, some have unbundled to 7. You have advertising, you have broadcasting, you have media communication, you know. So it has been integrated and giving more room for them. It depends on how much they or how buoyant a university is. You can float 9 programs out of the mass communication, and the mass communication is still maintained for those universities that want to take their time to unbundle on time. So I will say that it's even more involving now and more integrated.
Yes, and we're talking about, you know, technology has made mass communication more beautiful than ever before, made it easier, communicating to the mass easier. When I got here, I was asking you if you had a teleprompter. Now, in those days, you'll be casting news, and sometimes you stumble on your script. But now you have something, a camera that is bringing down something, and you are looking at it like this. And then you make it, this eye contact is now enhanced. Before we would insist that there has to be eye contact. Anyway, when you are using teleprompter, don't read as if you were a superhuman being. Make sure that after one story, you look, because that makes it natural. But if you keep doing like this, what is happening here? Are you cramming, or you look, then you look up again. And now with mass communication, or with technology, advances in communication technology, your neighbor, I was saying it somewhere the other day, your neighbor is no more that person that lives next door. That one is only a geographical neighbor. Where we have digital neighbors who have even outnumbered geographical neighbors. Whatever happens to you here is known to the person within a split second, just by merely touching the computer button. Because you could have differences in language, differences in norms and values, and the person could be living in a distant part of the world, in fact in the northern hemisphere, and you are here. But any norm here is known to the fellow there, and that is communication. So that's the beauty of integrating technology and communication. Now editing news is easier now. You do it online. You don't start preparing dummy here and there. Even if you have to do a dummy, you do it online. So we cannot exhaust what we can say about the advantages of integrating technology into communication.
Okay, so you're talking about technology. Some school of thought believe that the use of AI as a tool has actually caused the problem especially to the field of mass communication. Like anyone can just go online to use AI to write an article, publish it, and then there won't be any form of anyone assessing or how.
You don't need to end before I come in, because I know where you're headed. Yeah, now AI is actually giving us a problem as academics. But remember, this thing we call technology, you can abuse it, you can use it. It's the misuse of it that is not good.
It's a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem. But these things are meant to help you in your educational work. But a situation where students will use ChatGPT. You're talking of ChatGPT.
Yes,
but we're also looking for other technologies that can counter the effect of ChatGPT. Because with ChatGPT, you can give a topic and ask artificial intelligence, go ahead and write a novel for me, and that thing happens. But let me tell you that what we are doing these days, there are softwares that are also being manufactured to counter that. Now we have what we call Turnitin to check plagiarism. Now you also have ChatGPT that is being invented into the Turnitin, so that when you are caught with, the moment you plagiarize, that thing will make it known that you plagiarize. We have what is called undetectable.com that will also be used to counter the effect of ChatGPT. So when birds have learned how to, fly without perching, human beings have learned how to shoot without missing the mark. So it's like that. It's actually a problem, but in my department, we have set up a committee to see how we can handle artificial intelligence in the faculty, because this thing is invented to help us and not to destroy us, unless you choose the other way.
And just like one coin has both sides, different sides, you have the other aspect of it. Like this is on a jovial note.
Yes.
I saw some pictures that were, modified by AI. And I said, Jesus, this is you? Was this when you were a young person? And she was laughing until I looked at it properly. Everything was exactly this person I was talking about. But she was a completely beautiful, young, slim, and then I now looked at it and said, this is AI job. So it has the beautiful aspect of it and then the negative aspect of it. So whichever one you choose.
A student of mine, when I asked the student, are you the one on your DP?
Exactly.
He said, sir, I need to be frank. That is an AI made image of my humble self.
Ladies and gentlemen, for want of time, we want to leave.
Yes,
thank you.
So wrap up.
We're excited.
Yes.
And besides that, just because the chairman, they say on easy like the head that wears the crown, we really want to go into work, and so we didn't want to say anything about the department for which we have come to results. To accredit.
Otherwise, some
but
human
we have
beings
seen,
have slept us.
we have actually seen that the university is set for what it wants to do.
Yes.
It's actually set, and so we won't give what the impression is, but at least we know that we have something that we can accredit.
So we comply with the chairman's instruction.
Thank you.
Thereafter, the team visited the radio studio where a practical demonstration of newscast, also by students of the department, was observed. The NUC team also stopped at the Public Relations and Advertising Studio and the Photojournalism Studio. The last port of call was the Department Administrative Building for assessment. At the Administrative Building, the team visited the office of the Head of Department, Dr. Kola Adeshina, as well as other lecturers in the department. Afterwards, they interacted with the academic staff and the students.